The movie starts by showing a very lovely girl who is about 10 or 12 years old. She had horns on her head and wings too. Her name is Maleficent, and she is a sweet fairy living in a magical forest. She had never seen the outside world. Her entire world was this lovely forest. You could even assume she had never seen humans, but she was happy in her forest. Besides humans, the forest had all other creatures, including strange animals. One day, as Maleficent was going somewhere in the forest, she saw a small boy who was her age. She asks him, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" The little boy tells Maleficent that he lives in a nearby kingdom and found a gem here, which he picked up. Maleficent takes the gem back and tells him, "Come, I will drop you off at your kingdom." The boy says, "Okay, I'll go, but will you be my friend? And if I ever come to this forest again, can we play?" Maleficent says, "This is a magical forest, and your coming here is not right, but we'll see." With that, they both shake hands, and Maleficent gets an electric shock. In fact, she was shocked by the iron ring the boy was wearing. She explains that iron burns fairies, so she tells him not to wear it again. After this, we see the boy returning to his kingdom. But the kingdom he came from wanted to conquer this forest, and the boy's parents were not alive. He had become quite good friends with Maleficent, and it never crossed their minds that they were from enemy kingdoms. They continued to play together, and many years passed. The boy would keep coming here, and he and Maleficent would play, and now they had both grown up. They were both 16 years old and started to like each other. Maleficent now thought that humans were not the enemies of fairies, and that they were very good. She didn't even know that they could have greed. One day, Maleficent was thinking that it had been a long time since the boy had come, and she also remembered something else the boy had said, that when he grew up, he would conquer his kingdom and also capture the fort here. That is, Maleficent still didn't understand that the boy was greedy. One day, Maleficent is sitting in her forest and sees that the king of the other kingdom has come to conquer her forest with a large army and horses. Maleficent is the fairy of her forest and knows how to protect it well. She stands up and is now very powerful. She tells the king, "You cannot enter my forest." The king says, "I didn't ask you." And with that, he orders his people, "I want her dead body." Now the king's army starts moving towards the forest, but strange creatures, riding on horses, also attack them from the forest. Now the king and his army were completely wounded. All the humans run away in fear, thinking that this forest is magical, and fighting them is beyond their capacity. Now the king returns to his kingdom. He had become quite old and weak. So, he gathers all the people and tells them, "You all know how much treasure is in that forest, and I have been telling you since the beginning that we will conquer it. But given my current condition, I don't think I can go and fight there. But I promise you that whoever kills that Maleficent, I will marry him to my daughter." Just then, a boy steps forward and says, "I will go there." This boy was Stefan, the same little boy who used to play with Maleficent. Now we see Stefan going to the forest to meet Maleficent many years later. Maleficent asks him, "Where have you been all this time? Didn't you think of our friendship at all?" He says, "Forgive me, I was a bit busy, but I have never forgotten you, and I have come to tell you that our king wants to kill you. Just take care of yourself. I have come here to protect you." After this, they start talking. Maleficent tells him, "I forgive you," because she doesn't know how bad humans can be. She trusts him. But Stefan was a very greedy person. He gives her a sleeping drug mixed in water, which makes her unconscious. After that, Stefan picks up a knife and tries to kill her, but he fails. And then, the next morning, when we see Maleficent wake up, she doesn't have her wings. There were wounds where her wings were, and seeing them, Maleficent couldn't believe her eyes and started screaming and crying, because her beautiful wings were no longer with her. She was no longer a winged fairy. On the other side, we see Stefan bringing Maleficent's wings to the king and saying, "Here, I have fulfilled the promise I made to you." The king is very happy with him, takes the wings, and makes him the king of this kingdom, thus fulfilling the dream of that greedy man, Stefan. On the other side, in the forest, we see Maleficent, who was very sad because she could no longer fly. One day, she is walking somewhere in the forest and sees a hunter about to kill a crow. She couldn't tolerate these things, So she immediately turns the crow into a human, and the poor hunter runs away in fear. The crow, who was now a human, comes to her and says, "Thank you, but why did you do this?" Maleficent says, "I can't tell you. I just felt pity." The crow says, "Now I will serve you my whole life. I will do whatever you ask." He is very happy to be a human. Maleficent also agrees to this and names him Diaval. Diaval would bring information to her. Maleficent finds out that Stefan cut her wings only out of greed to become king. So she starts hating humans, and her trust in humans is destroyed. Then we see that in the kingdom, Stefan had married the king's daughter, and now they have a daughter. There were a lot of celebrations going on, and no one knew who was coming from where. Taking advantage of this, Maleficent also goes there and starts giving her wishes. She says to the little baby, "You are very beautiful, but as soon as you turn 16, a needle will prick your hand, after which you will die." Stefan starts pleading with her and says, "Don't do this. Why are you taking revenge on my daughter for what I did?" Maleficent says, "I was a girl too, and do you remember what you did to me?" Maleficent still has some pity left in her heart, so she tells Stefan, "There is one solution. If your daughter finds her true love on her 16th birthday, her life can be saved." Stefan gets very worried about this and calls 3 little fairies and tells them, "Take my daughter far away from here and don't bring her back until she is 16, or her curse will come true." After that, he sets out to attack the forest, but he is unable to do so because Maleficent has covered the forest boundaries with her power, and now no human can enter the forest. Then we see that the princess, who is Stefan's daughter, is named Aurora, and the 3 fairies have taken her far away, but Maleficent still knew her location and where she was living. She tries to scare her, but the little girl, Princess Aurora, starts laughing. And now, Maleficent's heart also started to soften for her, because Maleficent was a good fairy, not a cruel woman. The 3 fairies who were caring for Princess Aurora were very careless. And often, Maleficent herself would save Princess Aurora's life, sometimes from falling off a mountain, sometimes from falling from a tree. As time passed, Princess Aurora started to grow up. Now Princess Aurora was a full 15 years old, meaning only 1 year was left for her curse to come true. The place where the 3 fairies had brought her was inside a boundary, and there were very high wooden fences around it. Princess Aurora had also not seen the outside world, just like Maleficent hadn't. So she was curious about what was outside. One day she goes there and starts looking around when she feels that someone is here. She calls out, "Is anyone there? Come out, I have many questions to ask." Now Maleficent is there. She can't resist and comes in front of Princess Aurora. Princess Aurora screams when she sees her and says, You are the one who has been taking care of me since childhood, but why did you never come in front of me? You are my godmother." Maleficent was not expecting this answer at all, so she is happy inside, because as I told you, she was a very good fairy. She starts loving Aurora, and now she didn't want the curse she gave her to ever affect her. They became very good friends and lived, played, and talked together just like a mother and daughter. One day, when Princess Aurora is sleeping, Maleficent tried to use her powers to reverse the curse. However, she realizes that the curse given all those years ago cannot be reversed now, especially when the time for its completion is very near. Maleficent was worried about this, as Aurora's 16th birthday was approaching. So she prays that Aurora will soon find her true love, so the curse can be reversed. After that, we see that it's morning, and Princess Aurora and Maleficent are talking in the forest. Princess Aurora asks Maleficent, "Where are your wings? All fairies have wings." Maleficent says, "I used to have wings too, but a human stole them from me. I was very happy with them. I used to fly very high in the sky, and I miss them a lot." Saying this, Maleficent gets teary-eyed. So Princess Aurora comforts her and says, "Don't worry. Tomorrow is my 16th birthday, and you'll see. I'll ask permission from those fairies and come to stay with you. You're not alone. I'll be with you." But Maleficent knew that wasn't going to be possible until Aurora found her true love, and that couldn't happen in just one day. Princess Aurora is on her way home from there when she sees a boy on the road. He was quite handsome and about her age. The moment they look at each other, they start liking each other. Anyway, after that, Princess Aurora goes home and tells the three fairies, "I want to leave this place now." She's saying this because she wants to go away from that house and be with Maleficent. The fairies think that perhaps she has found out that her parents are still alive and wants to go to the kingdom after her birthday. The three fairies tell her the whole truth about what happened, and that there is an evil fairy who wants to take her life. They tell her that the evil fairy is none other than Maleficent, and hearing this, Princess Aurora cannot believe her ears. She goes to Maleficent feeling very sad and asks her, "Is everything I heard true?" Maleficent lovingly says to her, "Yes, it is true. I cursed you, but my heart has changed now. I only did it because of your father. I don't want you to die anymore. I love you very much." But Princess Aurora is very hurt and leaves from there. She runs straight toward the kingdom and hugs her father, King Stefan. She says, "Dad, I missed you so much. I thought I was alone." Her dad gets very angry at the three fairies. He says, "When I told you to bring Aurora after her 16th birthday, why did you bring her a day earlier, even though you knew everything, when the curse was about to be completed?" He orders his people to take her back, or to lock her in a room where there's nothing around her and no one can go into that room. But the king couldn't stop the curse. So, as soon as Princess Aurora's 16th birthday arrives, under the effect of the curse, Princess Aurora automatically goes to the place where spinning wheels and needles are kept. Because of the curse, she touches the needle by herself and then faints, falling into a deep sleep. The king is very worried because his daughter had gone into a deep sleep and would never wake up. Meanwhile, Maleficent is also very sad. So she calls the boy whom Princess Aurora had met on the road that day. She thinks that maybe the two of them have started liking each other, and if he meets Princess Aurora, she might wake up. So Maleficent takes that boy to the place where Princess Aurora is sleeping. At that moment, the fairy who used to look after Princess Aurora tells the king, "You are Princess Aurora's father. Kiss her on the forehead. Maybe she'll wake up. Maybe you are her true love." King Stefan says, "No, I can never be anyone's true love. I betrayed Maleficent, and that's why all this is happening." Now, when Maleficent brings that boy there, and he goes near Princess Aurora, she doesn't wake up. Maleficent realizes that he is not her true love. Maleficent starts crying, seeing this, and says to Aurora, "I will miss you very much. I'll remember your smile. I'll never be able to forget you." Saying this, Maleficent cries and kisses her on the forehead and starts to leave. But then she hears a voice from behind. "Wait, godmother." And that voice is Princess Aurora's. Yes, Princess Aurora's true love was Maleficent, because she loved her from the heart. Princess Aurora tells Maleficent, "I want to live with you in the forest." So, Maleficent starts to take her with her. But then, Stefan's men throw a net over them. It was an iron net that could burn fairies. Maleficent also becomes helpless here, and turns her raven into a dragon. The raven, who is now a dragon, starts breathing fire from its mouth and burns all the people there. Maleficent is also free now, but then King Stefan comes here with some of his men, and he is wearing an iron shield so he can kill Maleficent forever. On the other side, Princess Aurora sees Maleficent's wings. The wings are moving, as if they also know that their owner is here. Princess Aurora frees those wings and they automatically attach themselves to Maleficent. Maleficent starts flying again and carries Stefan with her, but she doesn't drop him from the building. Stefan starts attacking her, due to which both of them fall from the building, meaning the castle. Stefan is holding Maleficent's wings so she can't fly. But just as they are about to hit the ground, Maleficent opens her wings and flies away. Because of this, Stefan falls to the ground and dies. So this greedy man was no longer in this world. Everything was fine. The next morning, we see that Maleficent removes all the boundaries she had created around the forest. Flowers start blooming there again, and the greenery returns. After that, she tells Princess Aurora, "From today onwards, you are the queen of this forest." And the kingdom and the forest unite, and everyone lives happily ever after. Here, Maleficent. Part 1 ends, and now I will explain Maleficent, Part 2. The movie begins, and we see some people coming into the magical forest where Maleficent lived and stealing some magical creatures. Meanwhile, Maleficent also arrives. Maleficent catches 2 of the 3 men, but the third one escapes with the creature into the distant forest where glowing flowers have bloomed. That man runs toward a kingdom from there. He opens a door, and through a hole in it, we see a man's hand. The man who stole the creature gives it to the other man. A glowing flower is also attached to his clothes, which the man takes, and in return for both these things, he gives him money. Then we are also shown that the people of that kingdom still did not think highly of Maleficent. They believed that she had stolen their princess and always wanted to kill Princess Aurora. Now the scene changes, and we see Princess Aurora very happy in the forest. She had become the queen there and was dancing with different creatures. Everyone would bring their problems to her. She is told that a creature has disappeared from here, the same creature that the man stole and ran away with. Hearing this, Princess Aurora gets very worried. Then the 3 small-statured fairies come there and start cheering her up. They take her crown and run away so that she would follow them. And as soon as Princess Aurora comes down, guess who she sees? The same boy who came to her at the end of the movie, Maleficent, Part 1. But he wasn't her true love until then. He was also a prince, and his name was Prince Philip. He had liked Princess Aurora for a long time, and here he finally proposes to her. Hearing this, Princess Aurora is also very happy, because she also liked him somewhere. All this is also being watched by Maleficent's raven, Diaval. He goes and tells everything to Maleficent. So Maleficent flies there to talk to Princess Aurora. On the other side, Prince Philip also goes to tell his parents that he has found a girl he likes. Then we see that Prince Philip has reached his kingdom, and there he tells his father, the king, the queen, and the rest of the people that he has proposed to that girl, and she also accepted. Hearing this, his father, the king, is very happy, but the queen gets sad. However, she doesn't show this to her son. Her heart wasn't in it, but still she says, "Okay, we'll invite Princess Aurora and her godmother, Maleficent, for dinner." On the other side, we see Maleficent talking to Princess Aurora. She says, "You should have asked me once before getting engaged to a prince." Maleficent says, "There's no such thing as true love. Boys always betray you. That's why I became your true love. I love you with all my heart, so I'm telling you what is best for you." Princess Aurora replies, "Please don't think like that. If someone betrayed you, it doesn't mean that the rest of the world's people are the same." Maleficent says, "All right, I love you, so I will listen to you." We now see that the day has arrived for the dinner between the 2 families. The queen, who is Prince Philip's mother, goes to her secret closet. As she goes in, we are shown that it's an iron factory. While the queen walks through, we also see the same glowing flower there, along with the creature that a man had stolen. The queen goes to that man and tells him, "Hurry up and finish your work. Time is very short." And then we also see the spinning wheel with the same needle attached to it. That scene was quite mysterious because we don't get to know anything about the queen's plans. The scene changes. On the other side in the forest, Maleficent, her raven, who is in human form, and Princess Aurora get ready to go to dinner. Princess Aurora looks quite beautiful. As soon as Maleficent steps into the kingdom, everyone starts hiding in fear, and some even pull out their weapons. They all think Maleficent is an evil witch. But Maleficent is enjoying this. She doesn't say anything to them, she just keeps smiling. Now we see that the 3 of them have reached inside, into the palace to the king and queen, and the dinner begins. The queen, instead of being friendly or saying nice things to Maleficent, constantly reminds her of her past by saying, "It was you, wasn't it, who cursed this poor princess?" Her words were not nice at all. She also tells Maleficent, "You even killed humans, remember?" Maleficent tells the queen, "Some people from your kingdom also came into my forest and ran away after stealing my creatures." A fight starts between them. The king tells his wife, the queen, "Be quiet, what kind of things are you saying?" On the other side, Princess Aurora tells Maleficent, "Please, stay calm." But the queen still doesn't stop and starts saying strange things. She says, "If my son and Princess Aurora get married, who will be her real mother?" Hearing this, Maleficent is very hurt, as she had started considering herself Princess Aurora's real mother. She spreads her wings and releases a green energy that throws everyone far away. The queen also gets scared for no reason and hides behind the king, causing the poor king to fall down. The queen starts shouting loudly that Maleficent has cursed the king. Aurora believes her and tells Maleficent, "Please lift your curse. Why do you curse everyone repeatedly?" Maleficent says, "Princess Aurora, even you are saying this? I haven't cast any curse." But Princess Aurora does not believe Maleficent because the queen has cleverly manipulated her. Just then, soldiers start arriving to attack Maleficent. Maleficent asks Princess Aurora one last time, "Won't you come with me?" Princess Aurora gives no answer and stays sitting next to the queen and king. Maleficent, sad, flies away from there. Her raven also breaks the window and leaves with her. But there is another girl, an associate of the queen and king. She attacks Maleficent with an iron bullet, which causes the poor fairy to fall into the ocean. Now we see that in the castle, the poor king is unconscious, so he is taken to his bedroom. Everyone is very worried, and his son, Prince Philip, tells his mother queen, "Please kiss Dad's forehead. You love him truly, don't you? You are his wife. Maybe he'll get better." But the queen makes strange faces inwardly because she neither truly loved the king nor believed in such stories. She was a greedy woman. She still does it at her son's request, but the king's eyes don't open. When Aurora sees this, she says, "I will go and talk to Maleficent to lift her curse." As soon as she reaches the forest, everyone starts saying, "We haven't seen Maleficent yet. She hasn't come here." Meanwhile, the queen's same associate keeps an eye on the ocean to see when Maleficent emerges. But she sees that a creature has come and taken Maleficent away with him. She immediately goes and tells the queen everything, and the queen says, "Stop him immediately." On the other side, Aurora returns to the kingdom from the forest. But a magical creature from that forest had also hidden in her horse and come to the kingdom. That creature reaches the same place where the first creature was imprisoned, and the man captures him too. Princess Aurora tells the queen, "I didn't see Maleficent anywhere. Has something happened to her?" The queen says, "Don't worry, she's very strong. She's probably somewhere around." And she tries to trap Aurora with her
Meanwhile,
words. The queen's same associate is still keeping watch on the ocean, so that as soon as she sees Maleficent, she can have her killed. And then it is announced that Prince Philip and Princess Aurora's wedding is happening within the next 3 days. And we want to abandon all fights. We want to make peace, and all the creatures in the forest are invited to this wedding. Actually, this was their plan because they wanted to kill Maleficent and capture all the creatures in the forest, so that there would be no one left to secure the place. And then they could take control of that forest. On the other side, we see that Maleficent's eyes open. She is quite wounded, and she hears the voices of some creatures who are saying, "We will attack the humans." They also have large wings and horns on their heads. They had come to the forest to seek refuge because they thought the forest could be a safe point before attacking the humans. Maleficent also arrives there, and one of the creatures comes towards Maleficent and says, "Transfer your power to us too. Tell us how to defeat the humans." But Maleficent throws him far away. The head of those creatures is named Bora. When he sees that Maleficent has so much power that she can throw someone so far away, he is very happy that now it will be very easy for them to deal with her. Now Bora's companion takes Maleficent with him into a cave and tells her, "Here, evil and good fairies used to live together because humans had started hunting them, so they had to live together." Then he comes to a structure that was still there, not moving at all. Bora's companion tells her, "Maleficent, you are descended from them. You are the last powerful and good fairy remaining." That man tells Maleficent, "You are very powerful, and soon you will reach a stage where you will become the most powerful fairy in the world. But you haven't crossed that last stage yet, and that is to forgive Princess Aurora because you have loved her, cared for her, all your life. And it takes a lot of courage to forgive someone from the heart, and the person who forgives someone from the heart is the most powerful person in this world." Maleficent says, "No, I cannot forgive her. I have always loved her, but she betrayed me." Just then, Bora also arrives and tells her, "Prince Philip and Princess Aurora's wedding is happening, and this is a good chance for us to attack them." But Maleficent remains silent here. On the other side, we also see that the queen starts tormenting Princess Aurora a lot with her cunning words. And Princess Aurora starts feeling it too, so she goes to Prince Philip and tells him, "I am enduring all this only for you. Otherwise, I have stopped liking the queen." On the other side, we see that the queen's same man who is working in that factory on the glowing flower prepares some dust from it and tells her, "Fairies can die from this, and I have prepared this to kill Maleficent." The queen is very happy to see it. She also has a small fairy, and as soon as he sprinkles that powder on her, the fairy dies. The queen is very happy, but the man tells her, "This powder can only be made in larger quantities if you bring me more of those glowing flowers." So the queen gives orders to her people, "Go quickly and bring all those flowers immediately." And as soon as her men reach there to get those flowers, Maleficent is informed, and she also reaches there. But it was too late by then. Her soldiers had picked all the flowers, and Maleficent couldn't do anything here. She was just very sad because bad things had always happened to her. The soldiers start attacking Maleficent with iron bullets, but just then, Bora's companion comes forward and saves her. Maleficent also forms a shield which protects them, and Bora starts attacking the rest of the soldiers. But as soon as Maleficent brings Bora's companion to the cave, he is already dead by then. The next morning, we see that Prince Philip and Princess Aurora's wedding events have begun, and all the creatures of the forest are going towards that kingdom. But as soon as Maleficent's raven, who is in human form, starts to go inside, he is stopped. Then we see that Princess Aurora looks very beautiful, and Prince Philip gives her a flower, which is none other than the glowing flower from her own forest. She is very surprised to see this, and wonders, "Why did the queen send this for me?" She goes to look for the queen, and that's when she finds the secret door. She still has the dust in her hand. She finds him near the door. She still had that glowing flower in her hand. And as she walks, she takes it to the spinning wheel. She starts getting all the visions of what the curse was and how she was being led there. She sees that 2 fairies are also imprisoned, the same creatures that man had captured. She is about to free them, but the man stops her. Just then, the queen arrives there. The queen tells Princess Aurora that her kingdom used to be near that forest. But all these creatures and Maleficent's ancestors together harmed her kingdom, which led to her father's death. Furthermore, when her brother went there for a truce, the creatures of that forest killed him too. And when she was left alone, she had to marry the king, who she doesn't love. The queen then states, "I will take revenge on all of you." The queen orders the soldiers to imprison Princess Aurora in a room, which they do. Then the other creatures are also locked in a room and the poisonous powder is sprinkled on them, causing them all to become weak. In the room where Aurora is held, she finds her wedding dress, which she tears into a long rope. She tries to climb down from the castle, but when the soldiers arrive, she locks herself inside the room. Maleficent's raven, still in his human form, manages to get inside the castle. Prince Philip is sitting by his sick father, unaware of the chaos. The queen is on the rooftop of the castle, throwing bombs toward the forest. Bora is also leading his people to attack the kingdom. Aurora finds a chance and swings down on the dress rope to the king's room, where Prince Philip is. She tells him everything, that the queen is the one who cursed his father, not Maleficent. Prince Philip is shocked. On the other side, Bora and his companions are attacking the kingdom, but the kingdom's forces are fighting back and capturing some of them. Princess Aurora sees Maleficent's raven and tells him they must open the church doors to save the people. They open the doors, freeing all the creatures. The small fairies fill the holes where the powder was coming out with flowers, stopping the flow of the poison. The queen's associate, who was dropping the powder, then falls down herself while trying to fix the holes. Prince Philip tries to reason with his mother, but she orders the soldiers to capture him. Philip manages to jump down from the castle instead. Princess Aurora and Maleficent's raven are captured. But then Maleficent arrives and transforms her raven into a large bear. The bear opens the church doors and frees all the creatures. Maleficent starts attacking to save her people. Bora arrives and starts fighting the queen's soldiers. Philip stops him, saying, "He is our general, don't harm him." The general realizes that the queen is the true villain when he is spared. Maleficent reaches the rooftop to face the queen. Princess Aurora rushes to Maleficent and pleads, "Please don't kill the queen, otherwise everyone will truly believe you are the villain." Maleficent tells her to step back, but when Aurora cries and calls her mother, Maleficent's heart softens. The queen throws the dust powder towards Aurora, but Maleficent shields her, taking the hit herself. Maleficent turns into ashes. Aurora cries profusely. Aurora's tears fall onto Maleficent's ashes, and Maleficent is resurrected with large, powerful wings. She is now more powerful. The queen pushes Aurora down from the castle, but Maleficent saves her. Prince Philip also arrives, having learned the truth about his mother. Maleficent agrees to the marriage of Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. The small man who captured the creatures frees them and gives Maleficent the needle that spread the curse. The king also wakes up. Bora's people capture the queen. Maleficent transforms the queen into a goat and decorates the entire castle with flowers. She tells Bora, "You are good creatures. You can stay with us." She puts the wedding dress on Aurora and announces that they will all live together in unity. Prince Philip and Princess Aurora get married. The king and all the creatures clap for them, and the two kingdoms unite and live happily ever after. Maleficent tells them she will return when they have a baby, and then she flies away. Everything becomes peaceful, and the movie, Maleficent Part 2, ends.